Welcome to the GCN Tech Show.
This week we've got a limited edition frame from Cannondale, a new power meter, Castelli's balls to the wall suit, super fast, and some Speedy Boy gravel bike bags for your gravelly bike.
Well, fantastic. And this week we're also going to be discussing why the global bike shortage could be about to get a whole lot worse. First up, before we take a look at last week's poll, this week we were saddened by the news of the passing of Mike Burrows.
Yeah, Mike had a huge impact on bike design and produced many groundbreaking bikes, including the coolest bike of all time, the Lotus 108, which, still stands up today. He also designed the giant TCR and came up with the concept of that compact sloping top tube and geometry. But for me, I think seeing Chris Boardman win gold at Barcelona on the Lotus 108 in the Pursuit, that was, as a little boy, that was like something that I remember, and it inspired me to think cycling was really cool.
Yeah, our thoughts sort of go out to his friends and family, don't they? Right then, onto the poll. So last week we asked if there should be standardised or equal equipment for all riders in major events. 20% of people said yes, level the playing field and focus on athletes. 49%, so the majority of people, said no, I love bike tech and innovation and it's a part of our sport. And then 31% of people said they were happy with a compromise, so sort of standard equipment in certain events only.
I was quite surprised by that. I thought more people would go for the compromise option, but I think some people that commented on the app and voted on the app poll didn't necessarily see the show where we discussed it. So, but there were some good comments. So, like Aglazen said, same equipment. The oh no more innovation is beep. He said bikes can still get better year after year, and even if they're like on the same bikes, then wealthy nations will still be at a huge advantage with training time, nutrition, data, and stuff. Making things is fair is better. But what's the whole point? But the whole point of sport is that the best athlete should win, and the current system is a joke. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, I think people haven't necessarily taken the point we were trying to get across.
Yeah, I think that what he's failing to realise there is that, yeah, you're right, to a certain extent, having all those facilities and training would be better, but the tech makes such a big difference in the case of track cycling that it is going to help those nations that can't have the best bikes a great deal. Yeah. And then other comments sort of saying that the UK had the Hope Lotus bike, the best of the best, and how many medals did they win in the Tokyo Olympics? It's not all about tech. Well, they actually came top in the medals table. So at the track cycling.
Yeah.
So
track cycling.
There you go. Right.
Okay, cool.
On to the main talking point.
Now, previously on GCN, we actually made a video about the global bike parts shortage and just bikes in general, and we kind of explained that it was down to the perfect storm with COVID. We've got an increased demand and then a shortage in the supply of some of the products.
So many things contributed to bikes being harder to get hold of, and a lot of them are things that you wouldn't have even thought of or consider, such as in 2020 there was a dearth of wood pulp.
Two questions. What's a dearth?
Massive shortage.
Okay, easy. Bikes aren't made of wood pulp.
Correctamundo, Alex.
Yeah.
They're not made of wood pulp, but the boxes that they come in are.
Oh, actually, that's a really good point. Great example.
Yes, and pretty much any material or component that's involved in the production of a bike has at some point been in short supply or is likely to be in short supply at some point in the near future. And other things have happened since COVID, such as, the war in Ukraine, which has had a huge impact on the global economic situation and the cost of goods almost worldwide.
Yeah, now we already know that there is a fairly lengthy lead time on lots of bikes and products. We're experiencing that ourselves, and you guys at home are telling us about it as well. And it would seem that those long lead times are not likely to be going anywhere soon.
Yeah, now while companies have been working hard to reduce those lead times and get back on top of orders, and we have seen some companies successfully do that, we could be about to be hit hard again if China invades Taiwan. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. We don't want to see war of any kind, but even any level of conflict that disrupted the trade in and out of Taiwan would cause huge disruption for the bike industry because, well, in 2021, 70% of the world's mid to high-end bikes were manufactured and exported from Taiwan.
I mean, two of its biggest producers, I think it's Giant and Merida, are based in
Taiwan based, yeah.
So Taiwan is responsible for around 2 million bikes being exported last year, most of those being mid to top tier stuff, whereas the low end market is typically dominated by China, with I think it's reported about 84% of low end bikes manufactured in that country.
Yeah. We have more to worry about than riding bikes though. Let's be honest, being able to ride a bike is a luxury.
Yeah.
Taiwan is the world's largest producer of semiconductors, aka microchips, and already we're in a situation where the global demand is bigger than the supply, and that's something that caused the crazy rise in used car prices that we saw. Taiwan currently makes 50 to 60% of the world's semiconductors.
That's crazy, but it could potentially be good news because you don't want to bite the hand that feeds. Now, economists are all in agreement that it's likely to be economically disastrous should China invade Taiwan, and this sort of problem is going to likely to disincentivize it.
Yeah. That said, if a conflict does happen to escalate, then the desire to own a new bike will probably pale into complete insignificance. So let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, so I mean, if you are thinking of getting a new bike, then sure, maybe go ahead and get one, or maybe upgrade your existing bike. And if you need any advice, guidance, or anything to help you along the way, such as a 3-part video series, why don't you check out Ollie's video where he's upgraded the road bike to all singing, all dancing group set.
Or Alex's one where he did his mountain bike to gravel bike conversion.
That
a few months ago, that was good.
It was good. Your road bike's that's just sat in the corner. God, it looks lovely.
Time now for Hot Tech, and this week, first up, we've got a lightweight frame from Cannondale, limited edition.
Yeah.
It's called the Leichtbau.
German for lightweight, I believe.
Anyway, give us the stats.
Right, I've got some stats for you here.
Looks proper cool.
So as you said, limited edition frame, just 200 of these are going to be made, and as the name suggests, it's a lightweight version of their already lightweight frame. So it weighs 750 grams. And they've saved some of the weight off with a special new paint and graphics, but also a fancy pants carbon construction and a new layout method to celebrate 50 years innovation for Cannondale, according to this.
That's cool, isn't it?
Do you want to know the price?
Yeah.
These,
But I'm going to buy one.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't told you the price yet. £4,250. Still buying one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks proper cool, though,
It does look really cool.
Disc brake frame as well.
Disc brake frame, and I like the fact that each frame is individually numbered, which it kind of feels like it's going to be a bit of a collector's item in the future, maybe. Maybe it could be time to get one if you're into that thing.
Could be, yeah. Next up, right, down here, I've got something. Look at this. Castelli have sent us it. This is not a baby grow. It's the balls to the wall suit.
I can't get over that name.
So they showed me this at Eurobike and they've sent us one so that we can do some videos with it because I'm really excited to try one of these on.
That's cool.
Yeah. This is what Team Ineos were wearing this, and it has this special fabric on the side. This is what they were always wearing in the races. And I've never tried one of these onesies before. So to be clear, it's different from a skin suit.
Okay.
Right? It is basically a jersey and shorts combined. So it's got pockets in the back, and when you open it at the front, it opens up like a jersey, not like a sort of skin suit.
So it's almost like a halfway house between skin suit and jersey, kind of.
But the thing is, these types of garments are said to be faster than wearing just standard jersey and shorts, having it combined together. But there's other advantages too. So they fit better, they're more tailored, so they look better on you. They don't sort of bunch up on your tummy.
Yeah.
And
that's an issue I have these days.
Key thing, cheaper.
Really?
Yeah, they're generally cheaper buying it as a onesie than buying the two things separate. So I want to do a video and see what they're like to wear, and I think we should see if they are faster, and we'll do something with it. It'd be cool. I'm excited.
If you've got any fantastic suggestions of what you want to see Ollie do in this balls to the wall suit, let us know in the comment section down
Walk to the shops.
Yeah, maybe if you just want to see him walk around town in it.
Yeah, I'll be faster. So
I wouldn't be able to keep up. Actually, you are renowned for walking quite slowly, aren't you? This could fix it. What can I say? Anyway, next up in hot tech, we've got a new crank from InfoCrank. Take a look at this and I'll hit you with some stats.
it's been a good few years since the original InfoCrank came out, and it had a reputation as being sort of a reliable quality fit and forget power meter that was quite sort of industrial looking, but very accurate, self-calibrated, and also automatically compensated itself for changes in temperature, which still a lot of power meters don't do. However, Verve has now completely updated the new one. It's called the IC2. It's got a much sort of sleeker design. They've reduced the weight of it, and it's not currently available yet, but it is available on pre-order. It's going to be coming out later in the year.
Okay, right, can I hit you with those stats? I promise everyone?
Yeah.
So, as well as the improvements to the design and the reduction in weight that you've talked about, we've got a 24mm straight through bottom bracket spindle.
So it fits Shimano,
Yeah,
basically.
Shimano, pretty much. The spiders, we've got 4-arm, 110 bolt for on the road.
Same, but yeah, basically Shimano.
Shimano fitment. So as well as the normal Shimano fitment, we've got a track 5-arm version, a BMX version, and a mountain bike version as well. So you've got fitment
So it's
for all
like a
different
modular
disciplines.
design with different spiders.
Yeah. Cool. And then it's got ANT Plus and Bluetooth connectivity. And get this right, the crank lengths, you've got a whole array to choose from. Starting, I thought this might have been a typo to start with, but apparently not. 155mm, teeny tiny little cranks.
It's proper cool, that. I'd love to try super short cranks like that.
All the way up to 175s.
Yeah.
So sort of catering for pretty much anybody there.
It is a power meter in the past that's been used by a lot of track athletes. You know, like I know two GB athletes have used them on the track bikes.
And on the road as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You may remember from our Eurobike tech vids that we spotted some new Pirelli gravel race tyres. They're now out this week.
God, they are. I've actually got myself a set on order. Hopefully they arrive soon. They do look really good. So this is their third tyre in their Pirelli's gravel range. Now Pirelli channel partners, they really help sort of support the videos that we're making. And they're using the technology that's evolved from their mountain bike tyre, but also, how cool is this? The compound has evolved from Pirelli's involvement in World Rally Championships. So again...
Love rally.
Yeah, so it's kind of taking the concept that the car tyres have got to deal with on and off-road and using some of that technology into the compound for our bike tyres, which I do think is pretty cool.
They're called the Gravel RC.
Yeah. So this is the new speed grip compound, and as well as being available in the two different colours, so the black sidewalls and then the sort of brown sidewalls. Doesn't really sound so cool, does it? Brown sidewalls. 700C, you've got 3 widths, you've got a 35, a 40 and a 45. I would have ordered 40s, for sure. Do you remember those Apogura gravelly bags that you saw at Eurobike?
Yeah, the concept ones.
The aero ones?
Yeah.
Well, I've got some stats here for you, because as you said, you love aero so much. I thought you'd be pleased.
They'll go really well with my balls to the wall suit.
They will.
Imagine if I combined the two.
God, mind-blowing. So let me hit you with some of the stats then. So in their baseline tests in the wind tunnel, it showed that riding with unoptimised bags on your gravel bike is going to cost you in the region of 17.5 watts when you're riding at 40 kilometres an hour. So that's quite a significant amount of drag to add onto a bike. Yeah. However, using aerodynamically optimised bags to act as fairings, they're not only negating that, but saving you watts. So at 40 kilometres an hour, using the Apogura bags, it's saving 16.66 watts.
That's a lot, isn't it?
That is a lot.
Pretty cool.
But that comes with a caveat that I do want to put in. If you reduce those speeds down to, say, closer to around 30 kilometres an hour, maybe a little bit more realistic to people
for gravel riding.
Yeah, or for people that aren't racing, gravel racing, you're looking to a saving that's closer to around 2 watts, but still a saving.
Still a saving.
There you go. It's now time for comment of the week. Cue the jingle.
Comments of the week.
So good every
Voice
single time.
Voice of an angel.
Voice of an angel. An aerodynamically optimised angel.
Right, this comment is from Bigger Tree, is under last week's show. Yeah. Right, he goes, Ollie should randomly ask the atomic number of X element to Alex at every show. What's the atomic number of boron?
You're a boron.
Good one.
5?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
what about Mendelevium?
You only told me to look up boron. You didn't tell me you were going to ask anymore. I don't have a clue.
Mendelevium is 101. It's
I was
101st.
just about to say that as well.
101st, yeah.
Okay, moving swiftly on. This actually was very relevant, this next comment. The look on Alex's face as he's trying to follow Ollie is priceless. Great chemistry between them. And they say, Alex, I'm certainly with you trying to follow Ollie. Presumably when you talk chemistry.
Yeah. Feathers Pro Bike from Giacomo Rizzo.
Yeah.
Why does Andrew keep a saddle on his bike? Pretty pointless from what I can see. You've got a point, actually, because
Very good point.
He does ride out the saddle a lot. He's a rider that is far more efficient at getting his power out the saddle. So maybe he could save a load of weight.
Follow up to that, not only if you're going to remove the saddle, why would you leave the seat post in?
Yeah.
You just take it all out.
Take the seat post and the saddle out.
Yeah. Okay, good point. Maybe we should try and make a climb with it.
You know what? Even in the National Hill Climb, I don't think there's a rule against that.
No, well, because some people quite like to sit down, but Feather just doesn't ever sit down.
I'm going to suggest he takes his seat post out for the National.
There's a video in that, if we could think of it.
I think there is. We'll test it.
And then I actually picked this comment out just before we started the show. I couldn't not leave it in. It's from the Monday maintenance video this week, where you're looking at tubeless, how to check your tubeless sealant. It's from TR Roland. They say, good on Ollie. It's always worth getting your dipstick out. Okay. It's now time for the bike vault. Oh, it's my favourite part of the show. This is where you upload pictures of your bike into the GCN app. We then judge them to be either nice or super nice. And if you want to play along at home, you can download the app and vote on everyone's bike.
Go on then. Who was the most liked bike this week in the vault?
Philip Haynes won.
Nah, what?
Well, you somehow, I don't know how this is possible, you were the #1 super nice bike and the #2 super nice bike. You clearly don't count. You cannot count. No. So whilst I was down in the bike vault, I picked out the third one, which is Philip Haynes won with a Canyon Air Road. Actually, as we were saying, quite controversial with the wheel choice.
Yeah, you don't often see this where you have proprietary wheel brands, so Bontrager is Trek's proprietary wheels, on a different brand bike, so a Canyon. It's not something you often see, but I personally have nothing against it.
No.
However, I think it looks really cool, and I think they match the bike nicely. What I do take issue with is the sort of weird blurry saddle, the blurry hoods and bar tops, and the dirty chain.
And the mismatched valve lengths.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we could not possibly stand for that.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's a nice from us. Apologies.
Next up, we've got Crit. Crit has a Colnago Master Olympic Art Decor.
Oh, a decor.
What do you make of that? I think it's a beautiful frame.
It
but
is
for me,
beautiful.
that's the filthiest chain I've ever seen. Not to mention the needless modern gubbins all over the bars and the seat post. It's just offending me.
It could be a really nice bike.
It's a fantastic.
Unfortunately, I think because of these infractions that we can't possibly overlook, it's a nice.
Yeah.
Next up is Mats_Imperator with a Dogma F12.
Non-drive side, nice. Next. Next up, we've got Norm 7311 with his Le Monde Chambray.
Oh, did you see these? I had a set of wheels like this when I was a youth.
Ooh.
Mavic CXP like 30s or 33s or something. I'm trying to zoom in now. 30s, I think. I remember I used to count those as my aero wheels when I was a kid.
Look, I think we should give this a super nice just on the basis of that block on the rear wheel. What's that? That's like a straight through 1123.
Maybe a 21.
1121.
Yeah, who knows? It's cool. I do like this. It's well presented. It's a very slight jaunty angle. Cranks to the line.
There's a few infractions, but I'm willing to go super nice on that one.
Yeah, we haven't put any super nice out yet.
Trunk In Cyclist is next with his Linsky.
Linsky.
R300 titanium bike.
Oh, I like this.
Look at that bench, donated by the class of 2015. What a nice bunch they were. It looks very nice.
Nice.
I don't mind that the bottles have been left on. It's not quite in Biggie Smalls, but it does have a gold chain.
Oh,
beautiful Campag record group set on there. And look how clean that cassette is.
You could eat your dinner off that.
You could, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You could. And I quite like the stem, a little bit of chimney going on. I think it's a really smart bike, and I think
I'm willing to sort of stick my neck on the line a little bit and say it's super nice.
Yeah.
Just because I got a feeling inside.
Super nice note. Next up, we've got Julian Allen Philippe.
Julian Allen Philippe. Is it his English brother? Alan.
Yes. And this is taken at his parents' house in Dorset. It's a naked Velocity.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
British Racing Green, would you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
And is that grass in the background that needs cutting? Or is it an actual plant?
Your parents need to get on top of the garden.
Yeah,
I would say. That's,
crucial. Pine cone in the background.
Bit of weeding required, bit of lawn mowing.
I quite like the...
Bit of trimming of that bush.
Yeah. We've also got a SRAM gears with... Is that a Campagnolo chainset?
Are you sure they're SRAM gears?
Yeah. Bigodet.
Oh, yes. It's set up with red access, but then he's got a Campagnolo chainset on there. Controversial mix of components there.
Yeah, I really like it though.
It does look smart. I'm going to give it a super nice.
Super nice. Right, that unfortunately was our last bike in the bike vault for this week, which means the show has drawn to a close for yet another week. It's been incredible. I've had a great time. Have you had a great time?
I have. You know what I've realised as well, just now I've come to the end?
What?
There's that guy who's been trying to submit his Orbea Ordu. Still haven't included him.
Sorry.
He actually DM'd me on Instagram.
Oh, and you didn't think to include it?
I forgot.
Did you not have access to the bike vault this morning?
No, we will get it in. We'll put it in next week.
Promise.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Cool.
Ciao.
Bye.